Hello, you guys, and welcome to the Woman's. Come on, say it all word.
Hey.
Oh, come on. It's not even fun if we don't race.
Well, no, I'm letting you have it. You just was doing too much all day today.
All day?
All day.
Well, that's probably because I'm drinking wine now. It's afternoon here. I'm drinking wine, which means I'm not drinking out of this because it has stuff in it. Crap. Excuse me.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot Jade is here. I can't do that.
An important person.
Oh,
we have to
right. It's an important person.
Let me bring it down. Let's be professional. I am Jade.
And I am one of. Did you go an octave deeper?
I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
I am Winona.
We're not being serious.
In that case, I'm going. I am Winona.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been huffing on
helium.
Don't do it. Somebody might actually think you were. All right, so we wrote a bunch of books. Yeah, we wrote a bunch of books. So, and I thought series. So, and I thought Divorce Was Bad with Other Life Lessons book, but also an audiobook. You guys check out the audiobook. Joe Sands, wonderful narrator, brought our words to life. We're just poets, so it's not really that. But she did a good job with it anyway. And I thought being grown up was easy. As you guys can tell, I'm still getting over bronchitis. And I thought I could juggle it all, haven't we all, but we can't.
And then we have the 2 books that are sold out, and I thought I did my journey alone, and then I thought I had it all figured out. And since I'm talking this fast, I'm going to add in Hollywood. Please make me more famous. Make it a TV show. I just want to be a showrunner.
Don't. Oh my goodness. It would break our friendship. No, it wouldn't. She would just be more narcissistic than she is now. And I thought he was the one. Haven't we all been there? And the Misfit Guys series, Cocktail Soirees, the LBD, and the Misfit Guys, Sassy Sway that leaves crooked footprints. Okay, so yeah, maybe that bronchitis medication is
taking the workbook.
And the 25 hottest indie authors, artists, and advocates. But you can tell it's my baby. I did the cover. It's beautiful. Check it out. Buy it digitally. You go to andwethought.com, and then the pictures look right there. Just click it. Buy it digitally. Save a tree. And save a whole bunch of money. It's only $4.50. And if you get a print copy, it's $35. Save some money. And a tree. Yay!
But you're not here to hear about us.
You're here to hear about our wonderful guests. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi. I'm Traci Thomas. I'm the host of the Stacks podcast, which is a podcast about books. Funnily enough.
Okay.
Wow. That was briefest.
That was concise.
Right.
That's how you know you
Wait, how long have you been podcasting?
A year yesterday was my 1-year anniversary.
Congratulations. If you would have told us, we would have had cake and just showed it to you. And then
it made me hungry. I've been sitting here like, this is the rudest interview.
I'm going to have a drink in your honor.
Thank you. It's early here. I'm in California, so I'm drinking my tea right now. But tonight.
We used to drink tea when we started. It was tea and hotter tea. That meant it was a hot toddy.
Oh. Okay.
But that was only for the nighttime ones.
Yeah. We can't be an alcoholic on.
So what made you come up with the stacks? Because first when she told me the stacks, I was thinking, pancakes? And I was like, oh, wait, no. That wouldn't be a podcast.
Would be a delicious thing, though. Basically, I'm a big reader. I love books, and I also love podcasts. And so a little bit over a year ago, I read this really great book, or 2 years ago now, and I was like, I really want to hear someone talk about it. So I went to my podcast app and searched the title, and I searched the author, and there were 2 podcasts that came up. One was like the stuffiest, like, I have a Nobel Prize, I'm going to tell you about the themes and the language. And then the other one, because this book was about prison, was like a law book. And so it was, or a law podcast. So it was like really technical about law. And I was like, why is no one talking about injustice? And like, why is no one just like talking about how powerful this book is? So then I was like, I don't know, maybe I should do that. And so then I started listening to other book podcasts, and like, no shade, kind of, but like there weren't people who looked like me who were reading what I was reading, who were talking about it in a way that I wanted to be talking about it. And like, as a Black woman, I'm sure you guys know, it's tough to find a place that feels like where you're coming from. That it's often like you have to squeeze your own feelings into other people's interpretations. And like, that's not to say that we just read books by Black women on the show. That's not the case at all. Like, we read all sorts of books. by all sorts of people on all sorts of binaries and spectrums and everything. But, you know, I come in it from my perspective, and I have guests that come in it from their perspective. And it's just all about like talking about books the way that you would talk about books if you called your friend and said, oh my God, did you read that? So that's kind of like the approach of the show.
Okay, can I just say, first and foremost, I love the way that she does her podcast.
Yes.
Because there's just enough silliness to make it fun. Like, you actually want to listen to it. Like, what she said, the first person was like, that novel, and I'm like, no one wants to listen to that.
Hey,
that's not true.
That's not true.
I listen to it. I do listen to those podcasts too. That wasn't what I wanted. It's not what I always want. Sometimes I just want to be like, let's be friends and talk about books. So
exactly. And then at the second time, when she does it where it's thoughtful and about society.
Right.
So, like, to me, it's just like, wow, I feel deep.
It felt like you went into
grounded and educated when I come back out. So, like, when I talk to literary people, I'm a little testy on literary folks right now, so I'm gonna do it. Literary snobs. I could be like, dude, let me tell you how it goes with society. Maybe not language and maybe not the canon, but I can tell you about society. Thank you so much for that. You help me figure it out all the time, like I'm a blonde, but I'm not.
I love to hear that, because that's like the entire goal of the show. Do you guys know the podcast Still Processing with Wesley Morris and Jenna Wortham?
Nope, but
we recently started listening to more book podcasts to make ourselves better at podcasts.
It's not a book podcast. It's like a pop culture podcast, and it's two Black queer folks from the New York Times, and it's like my favorite show because they're really, really, really smart, but they do such a good job of being smart and being fun, and like I just want to be best friends with them, and I just love it. So shout out to them.
You should email them and see if you can't get them on the show.
On your show, that would be
your show, not ours.
No, well, obviously, if I was going to email them for your show,
that would be nice.
I'd expect a cut.
I'm sorry. We should be talking
real questions.
We should be
sorry.
Okay. So first of all, my real question is the A and a P. My real question is how do you find your guests and how do you motivate them to talk about books the way you do? And then my B question is, what are you drinking tonight in celebration of 1 year?
Okay. My A answer is I find guests through all sorts of ways. Some of my guests have been friends of mine. Some of my guests have been strangers that I've emailed. Some of my guests have come to me through their publicists, like authors. They'll say, oh, my author is promoting a book. Would you want to have them on? And then I just tell them, like, the requirement is that you have to read a book with me. And most people are fine with it. You know, they don't have to read all the books I read in the year. They just have to read their one. And I usually give them 2 months or so. So it's usually fine. And then my B answer is tequila.
Absolutely.
I remember tequila. It was a good friend of mine just a few years ago.
I love a margarita. That's like my go-to. I love a margarita.
You're in LA, of course you do.
I mean, I think the whole state of California is like margaritas. Every time I go, it was like, we need to have a margarita. Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because we don't drink tequila anymore. So it's always like, can we have a margarita, make it vodka?
Weird.
Right?
What about mezcal? Could you do a mezcal margarita? That's very in right now.
I don't even know what that is.
Mezcal is like a smoky, like very smoky liquor made from, I think it's made from agave also, but it's like really smoke flavored. It's tequila, but smoky.
Okay, we love you.
We love you, man.
And now we're out in LA in what, 3 weeks?
4 weeks.
For what?
Huh?
Why are you coming?
Oh, we have people to visit out there, meetings to do.
Ooh,
hey, not really. Wait.
Okay, she hates LA. Don't even let her, like, she's like,
traffic. I hate the traffic in LA because I thought I don't live in DC, but I used to work in DC, so I thought Northern Virginia, DC, I'm fine with traffic. And I went to LA and I was like, this traffic is on another level.
It's not great, but it could be worse. I hear
So do you listen to audiobooks then? Since you're always probably stuck in traffic.
Yes and no. I listen to audiobooks, but not in traffic because I am a unicorn in LA because I do the podcast from my house and my other job is only a mile away from my house. So I'm not stuck in traffic.
Oh.
I'm sorry. When I come there, when I have to drive 3 miles, it's 37 minutes. How do you not get stuck in traffic in 1 mile? I'm pissed.
It's an easy mile. It just worked out in my favor. It can take me 15 minutes to go a mile, but even still, that's not time for an audiobook, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
But I listen to audiobooks when I am cooking, when I'm folding laundry, when I'm doing, chores, things like that. I listen in the shower.
Yep.
Yeah, I do listen to audiobooks, but I actually listen to more podcasts than audiobooks, to be honest.
I'm just about to sound, you sound like someone who listens to more podcasts. And yes, I'm being stereotypical, sorry.
Don't be stereotypical, Mona.
I try.
Not to? You try not to.
Yeah, I try not to be. Anyway, we're moving on now. So we do the audiobook thing, you have podcasting, we talked about your guests. So I have to ask, how do you find the books that you love?
That I personally like, or the books we do on the show?
Both.
Okay.
I was gonna go with the show, but once you said personally, I was like, yeah, I want to know that too.
I know.
Well, on the show, I work with the guests to come up with it. So once I've confirmed a guest, I say, send me 5 books you either love or are on your list, and then I'll send them back 5 books that I think would be a good fit. And then I let them decide, of the 10 or whatever. Or if they have some books on there that I don't want to do, I'll say, okay, here's a list of, 8 books, and it's 4 of mine and 4 of it, whatever. And then personally, I don't know. I read what I I really like nonfiction. I really like social justice. I really like books about, history and injustice. That's like my go-to. So I read a lot of stuff personally, but then I also have to read stuff to be up on what's going on in the book world. So I would say my reading's somewhere between a third for the show, a third for being a book person, and then a third for myself. And they range. But personally, I like true crime, nonfiction, heavy. I like a cult. I like a prison. I like a murder. That's my go-to.
Absolutely.
Yes, nice. I like this for your personal reading. I love that.
It's nice list.
Yeah, it's very well-rounded.
Yeah,
we're missing romance, but
that's not in my wheelhouse at all. I don't think I've ever read a romance book. Besides 50 Shades of Grey, does that count?
Yeah, I think that it was a romance.
Yeah, that's a romance and yeah, it's a romance.
Well, they call it a genre, that's kind of genre in the subgenre of romance, I think.
Erotica is a subgenre of romance. See, everybody's like, we do a romance erotica, and I'm like, romance and erotica seem different to me, but okay.
If you say so.
So we write. So I've been trying to write a romance novel for the last 8 years now. I hate it. I can't stand it. But I do read romance. Moving on. So you said you cook.
Yes.
What's your favorite dish to cook, and
when can we eat it?
Fuck, I don't know. Okay. Can I swear?
I'll swear.
Okay. Sorry. We swear on my show. So anyways, I love to cook whatever I want to eat that day. So I love a pasta. Last night I made meatballs that were amazing. I have a great lasagna that I make. I make a great roasted chicken. My macaroni and cheese is insane. What else?
So I need to go to a house.
I was just so we're coming over sometime in May, and we're having macaroni and cheese with lasagna. Is that correct?
Perfect. Yeah, most carbs in the world. Anything with cheese and carb, I like. I also make a really good grilled cheese sandwich, which I know isn't hard, but it's still really good.
No, it's hard to make it good.
It's hard because I've had some nasty grilled cheese sandwiches, and that's saying something.
It's also how dare you make a nasty grilled cheese sandwich? This is easy.
Don't you feel offended? I felt offended, but I was like, let me not say nothing because...
Especially at a diner, because I'm you're a diner. Your job is greasy fried. Why is this not greasy and buttery and crisp? No.
Why is this not good? I'm why did I just pay you $7 for something I could have made?
Put it in the toaster. It's a grilled cheese sandwich. Get a pan. Let's go.
That's
very serious.
I'm confused because every time we come to California, people take us to really, really healthy places. So I didn't know that greasy diners exist.
So I lived in New York for a long time, and that is mostly where my diner going was. There is not healthy food in LA, but diners aren't really a thing here.
Yeah.
It's a little it's just there's no Subway here. There is, but not really. Diner just there are some, but it's not in New York where it's every corner there's a diner.
Oh my goodness, best diners ever. Well, I think Jersey has better diners. Sorry, y'all.
Sorry, I know everyone hates Jersey, but they have great diners.
I still don't like Jersey, but it's still, yeah. That's a
fine Jersey. I don't even care. Like, they have good food. Any place with good food, I'm perfectly happy with.
Maybe we should do a food podcast and screw this book thing.
I think that every day. I'm like, I should have a food blog so I can go eat at restaurants for free.
Okay, how do you say it's tiny?
Me? Yeah. At my other job, I'm a fitness instructor.
Oh. Okay, see, so that makes all the sense in the world.
Never mind, I'm not hanging out.
It's challenge. I stay home and read all day, and then I get up and go teach at night or in the morning. So
that is fantastic. So this is my last question.
Okay.
Where can people find you, and then what's next?
Okay. My podcast is everywhere you get your podcast. So Apple, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, TuneIn. You can find the show at thestackspodcast.com. You can find our Instagram, which is at thestackspod. And you can find our Twitter, thestackspod_, because apparently at thestackspod was taken. So that's where you can find me. And then what's next? Shit, I don't know.
Food blog.
Oh, food blog. Travel and food blog for free food and travel. Please email directly to me all your restaurant gift certificates. Thank you.
Oh, wait. You're going to tell us you don't do all that reading, you're not going to write a book?
What? You know what? I don't like to write. I'm not a writer. I'm a reader. And I know that a lot of people associate reading and writing as the same, but I think they're super different. And I don't find joy in writing. I do write for the website. Like, I write reviews and stuff. But personally, to write a book seems like such a big undertaking. If I don't, like, I would only do it to be like, I'm an author, but like, I have nothing to write about. So I just like to read.
You could write about podcasting.
I could. But I let someone who loves writing do it, and they probably would do it better and like feel more fulfilled.
You would read that book, and you would be like, "Yes, I love it."
Sure. I'd read it. I'd have them on the podcast.
Wait, I didn't get one narcissistic thing in.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because now we're at the end of our time. So thank you so much for coming on, and I'm glad you're not a stack of pancakes, although I kind of want a stack of pancakes.
Although I do have episodes called the short stacks, which are mini episodes, and they were named after pancakes.
Yes.
Now I'm really hungry.
I know. Now we've
been doing this all day. We've been in the studio all day, right?
Oh my gosh.
So we haven't eaten yet.
So I know I've had a bar, and that was
a chia bar.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I mean, it's good, but it's not. So anyway, as we wrap up this show, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. And you can find everything that your ladies are doing at thought.com. And take a moment to go to the ladies page, go to the middle, and see the charities that we proudly support. And remember, you guys, that wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona, who's going to get her a massage today instead of her nails done.
And Jade, bye-bye.